Hi everyone, today I'm here to talk to you about individualised plans. So what is an individualised plan? Well, an individualised plan is a plan which gives you an outline of the care needs of the person that you're supporting. In different industries and different workplaces, these can take different forms. In some cases, they are an electronic record, or they may form a folder or be a file that's kept in the office. Individualised plans can also be called different things. In some cases they may be called personal support plans, personal plans, care plans, and they also have a variety of other names. The common thread amongst all these different types of plans, however, is they outline the care that a person needs and the support that they require. So this will include identifying what that person can do, the level of support that they require, and the goals and interventions that are in place to help that person obtain the highest possible quality of life. There are a variety of things that you can do as a worker to support the individualised plan. The most important thing that you can do is to be familiar with that plan. You have a responsibility to make sure that you know some key information about the person you're supporting and how that support is meant to be delivered. So for example, you may need to know about that person's individual routine, what their preferences are, what foods they like to eat and drink. You may also need to know about some life goals that they have. So there may be a variety of steps that need to be taken to assist this person to meet their life goals, and it will be your responsibility to support them in this process. Quite often you may be involved in team meetings that can support the individualised plans. In those meetings, it is important that you share your views on that person's progress and on any changes that need to be taken to make sure that the plan is still current and relevant for that person's needs. As the direct care worker, it will be also a prime responsibility of yours to notify your employer or your supervisor of any changes and any needs around review of that plan or alteration to the plan that may be required. So make sure that you know what you need to be looking for and how you need to report those to people. Remember, if it's not written down, it didn't happen. In our role as a care worker with a person with a disability or an older person or somebody else in the community that we're supporting, it's very important that we make sure that the plans that are put in place are designed to meet that person's needs rather than simply the convenience of our organisation. So try and work out what is going to be best for that person within your organisational requirements. As part of your role, you will also be responsible for completing documentation around the personalised plan. So spend some time identifying what is appropriate documentation and ensure that you complete that correctly. The documentation you may be required to complete may include incident reports, progress notes, diary notes, or entries in communication books. As I said before, some of this may be done in an electronic environment via computers, or you may also be required to fill this in a written format. So be prepared for any form that may be required. It's also important to make sure that you do provide quality information in that documentation. So include facts rather than opinions, your direct observations of what you have seen, heard and done. Make sure that you're objective and don't make judgments or label the person in your documentation. If you are doing written documentation, ensure that you don't use liquid paper or whiteout at any point. If you make a mistake, cross it out, initial it, and continue immediately after what you've written. You can also make sure that you complete documentation effectively by signing and dating what is required. Remember to fill in all of the boxes where you can. If you've got nothing to add in a particular box on a form, write in not applicable or not required or something to that effect, rather than leave it blank and worry that somebody may not know what was required and whether you may have missed something and completed something inappropriately. If your documentation requires follow-up, make sure that is done in an appropriate time frame so that the person's needs are appropriately supported. Individualised plans are a key component of providing good quality, person-centred care to the individual. So get familiar with them and make sure you provide care according to those needs.